Hello, my loves. I am excited to bring you this piece of the puzzle. It's something that I've been working with, and I love the difference it makes in everything. I love the difference it makes in my approach when things are going well. I love the difference it makes in my approach when things feel a little more sticky and challenging. And that's because when we're thinking about in life in terms of vitality and the things that make us feel more alive, make us feel more connected to our inner essence and inspire us, mindset, the beliefs that we have, our perspective and perception of the world around us, our relationships, how we show up, can either really invigorate us or be terribly, consistently, heavily draining. So, here is the simplest yet super powerful shift that helps me. And that is every day I focus on doing my best in that day. Now, this might sound rather obvious, but actually consciously taking the time to have that conversation with myself, to look at my day and to create the intention that I will show up as my best for the things I have to tick off the to-do list, for my inner dialogue with myself, for the relationships that I have with others, and for any work that I'm doing is huge. It's huge because some days my best is better than I can imagine. Some days my best is perhaps not the way I would prefer it to be. But knowing that I have taken that time, created that focus, that intention, that statement to myself that whatever it is that I bring to this day, situation, this interaction, this way of showing up is my best, helps me to detach from constantly evaluating. I shoulda, coulda, woulda done it like this. It helps me to surrender that unconscious default pattern of wanting things to be perfect, because perfection, particularly, keeps us paralyzed in a loop of inaction and of fixation. But if we know that we've done our best, and that was the intention that we set out with, and in the context of the way that we are feeling, if there's any physical challenges, if there's any emotional challenges, we're going through a particularly challenging time, if there's energies that we don't anticipate that we have to interact with and deal with, and we know we've done our best, then it's easier to make that okay and easier to leave behind the things that were less than perfect and move on to the next thing. Another great thing about this commitment and this intention and this declaration and statement of doing our best, showing up as our best, owning our best on a day to day basis is we can often surprise ourselves. If we set an intention to go for a particular goal, for example, and we don't realize how much more juice we've got in the tank, we don't realize how creative we could be in the moment, we don't realize the resilience that we've actually developed in order to show up as our best, and we set this bar which doesn't allow us to expand in that, unconsciously we begin to limit ourselves. But that openness to being our best and playing with what that looks like, being curious about it, meeting ourselves in different iterations, again supports shifting the needle in ways that we can't always anticipate, with the mind that creates parameters for us, with the mind that creates enclosures for us to express, operate, be all of the things. So here's my invitation to you. Bring in this desire, bring in this playfulness, bring in this focus of your attention on being your best, on showing up as your best, on expressing yourself in the best way that you can, and see where that allows you to go. Much love. I'll see you soon.